Welcome to another edition of Striker's Best Bet. Pierre, we're getting closer and closer to Hollywood Bets Durban July Day. We are just over a week off. We saw the gallops this morning. I don't know if you watched them. There were a couple of horses that worked very, very well. It's starting to get exciting.
Yes. Obviously, the closer we get, the more intriguing it becomes. I don't really take a lot into the gallops. I just want to know the horse looks well, its coat looks well, or it's striding out well. Because a lot of horses have done a lot of work, and then obviously the trainers start easing up on them, or they've raced a lot. They won't give them a hard gallop, and then some obviously need to go faster to get open up their lungs a bit. Closer to the race. So I don't take a lot into the gallops. I think the past history has shown that you can't really go on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree with you. I just want to know that the horses are doing well, or my selections are doing well. And obviously on July Day, it's all luck in running. Everybody wants to win the big one. So there's no giving an inch to anyone. And it's going to be exciting. Of course, you and I leave for Durban on Saturday. We're doing our card call. Okay, the guys must look out for it at 7 o'clock on Sunday night, where we've reiterated in the past. We boost all the prices for the Hollywood Bets Durban July, and obviously we boost prices for the Garden Province, the two Group 1s on the day. There's a lot to look forward to. We have the deposit match on the go until the Sunday after the July, which is the 5th. So there's a lot going on. There's the World Cup soccer going on. There's been a lot of activity in the market, and obviously well done to Bafana. I woke up this morning to watch the match. I had my Bafana shirt on at 3 o'clock, and I'm just glad that we've actually made history, and we've advanced out of the group stages, which is great.
Yeah, good. It's good for South Africa. All our sport.
Absolutely.
Putting it together and getting us there.
Absolutely. So there's been a lot of activity in terms of the World Cup. I'm going to read out the betting just very briefly. They're betting 15-4 France, new favourites. They're betting 5-1 Spain, 6-1 Argentina, 13-2 England, who I support, but I wasn't impressed with them the other evening. They're betting 9-1 Portugal, 12-1 Brazil, 13-1 Germany, 14-1 Netherlands, and then we go into 28-1 the USA, and then 33-1 Norway. South Africa, we're betting a whopping 1,250-1 to lift the cup. So whoever out there wants to have a bet at 1,250-1, if you are not an account holder at World Sports Betting, it's a huge price. Get online, open up an account, just go to a World Sports Betting. It'll prompt you to open up an account and back Bafana 1,250-1.
Are there any betting moves? Are there any from your side, from World Sports Betting, that you could see money came from certain countries?
Yeah, there is. So I haven't actually spoken to the trainers. I haven't actually spoken to the traders, should I say, in terms of the weight of money. But in the betting, you can see there's been a lot of money for France, and there's been a lot of money for Spain up to now. So I will get an update for us next week from the traders and ask them who's the bulk of the money coming for. Obviously, we know in the knockout stages where South Africa plays Canada on Sunday. On Sunday at 9 o'clock in the evening. So we'll be together. So we hopefully will watch the match together. But I will endeavor to get the movements for our viewers next week.
Okay, great. And I see still my two teams are in Argentina, obviously, and England.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to racing. Also, I mean, we briefly chatted about the Hollywood bets, Durban July. I just want to get to
Another thing that's quite intriguing about the Durban July is what gets in the race. You know, for the race, or which ones get left out. Obviously, a horse like Choice Sonata is a sore point this year.
absolutely,
I mean, I thought Phil Marshall was a bit of a nice roughie for this year. He just missed I see the top 20. And you know, if you like a horse like Zeitz, then also like Field Marshal comes into play, you know, because it's a handicap. So it's even more difficult to find a winner this year than in the past, and
absolutely,
especially with the spread top weight to bottom weight, brings the bottom weights more into it. I'm still sticking
absolutely,
to my 3-year-olds. I think the 3-year-olds are gonna do it this year. I think they are the best of the 3-year-old bunch, where a lot of our top horses are not running this year in the Durban July. So I'm leaning towards the 3-year-olds.
Well, I can tell you the bookmakers are also leaning towards the 3-year-olds because they've got 3-3-year-olds at the top of the board. They're betting 7-2, number 4 Star Major, 9-2, number 11 Note to Self, 11-2, number 7 Wishlist, 13-2 Regulation. There's been a ton of money for Regulation. 14-1 another 3-year-old, number 9 Viva's Liberté, 16-1 number 10 Native Ruler, 16-1 number 12 Zeitz, 18-1 number 18 Aladdin's Lamp. I can tell you there's been an absolute fortune put on Aladdin's Lamp. From 45-1 yesterday with us, we're now betting 18-1 Aladdin's Lamp. There's been an absolute flood of money. 20-1 Gladiatorian, 22-1 Ma Dark Horse in the race, Isi Vivani, 22-1 Mocha Blend, 25-1 Legal Counsel, 28-1 King Pals, 40-1 Hazy Daisy, 45-1 The Ultimate King, 45-1 I Salute You, and Minogue, and 60-1 Olivia's Way. So
There's still a lot of value.
There's a lot of value. That, I mean, you've just taken the words right out of my mouth. So in terms of betting, there's a lot of value to be had. I personally think it's wide open this year. I just, just looking at it, I know that Note to Self is 2 kilos better off with Wishlist. Got to throw him into the race. Got Richard Ferrion. He's got the big match temperament. And I mean, okay, you need to have big match temperament when it comes to this type of race. So it's wide open. Anything can win it this year, Pierre, in my opinion.
Yeah, so two also that I've liked all along is Wishlist. Nice draw. You know, I'm sure Andrew Fortune will put her in a position from there where it won't be an issue. Star Major, drawn well. So it doesn't have to be dropped too far back. It can be dropped out because apparently it pulls a bit. So it can be dropped out and not be that far behind. So Star Major into play for me. And my third choice, which I didn't like initially, was Note to Self. The reason why I'm now starting to lean towards him, because he's a 3-year-old and his form is there. I didn't like him because of Gravel, the short track. But he's drawn a little bit on the outside. And, you know, the first bit, the jockeys, they go for 400 meters. They go hard just to try and get position because there's so many horses. And if you just drop back and give someone your position, you are too far back. So with Note to Self now being on the outside, I'm sure Richard will probably try and commit to get a position. And that will make the 2,200 more of a challenge, like a staying race. You know what I'm saying? My worry was Note to Self might not sprint. and the short gravel straight, because what I've seen of his stride, long stride, it looks like he's not gravel suited. But if they go flat out very fast and Richard's forced to go handy, it could become more a staying race, not a sprint for home. So I'm putting that
100%.
back into my play.
And also, okay, just really briefly, because we got to get on to Saturday's card at Turffontein, and we pushed for time, is that, and in my opinion, okay, what I've seen is I think Wishless has had 2 hard runs, okay, where she had to get there, where Note to Self has had the perfect prep, in my opinion. He's been given 2 easies, in my opinion. Okay, that's setting him up for for the big one on Saturday. Pierre, let's move on to Saturday at Turffontein. We're previewing Turffontein just for our viewers. The meeting that was supposed to be held in Cape Town at Kenilworth has now been moved to Durbanville. So they're racing at Durbanville on Saturday. I watched racing there on, I think it was on Tuesday, and it looked hell of a wet. They actually had to abandon, I think, from race 6 upwards. But let's jump into Saturday. They're racing, as I said, at Turffontein on the standside track, where we all know that the outside draws down the straight are far superior. So they are betting, this is the first leg of the bar pot, they're betting 11 at 10, number 1, Perfect Sky, 14 to 2, number 2, Stagger Wing, 8 to 1, number 3, Arabella, Fig, 9 to 1, number 6, Elusive Dragon, 11 to 1, number 7, Princess Ivalo, and then they're betting 16 to 1 bar.
Okay, so this is juvenile plate. Horses can improve more from run to run. This is down the straight. This time of the year, when it starts getting drier and the going gets firmer, and the grass starts dying, the outside draw is not as biased as in the middle of summer. So inside draw, you sort of can get away with it a bit more. That's through the years that I noticed. To me, this race number 2, 2-horse race. Number 1, Perfect Sky, and number 2, Stagger Wing. If a first timer pops up, it's going to have to be really good. So Perfect Sky ran 3.5 lengths in a feature last time, and Stagger Wing has been running behind top horses, Secretary Bird, Get Up, and last time won quite easily. I would say banker one or the other. I just know Perfect Sky, Sean Terry's training method also keep improving with every run. He's caught me unaware many times where I thought, okay, this horse is only that good. And when I see again, this horse is improved by many lengths. Or the 2 Stagger Wing, who hasn't had to go all the way to Durban and travel there and back. So pick one of the 2. I'm actually going to go with the 2 Stagger Wing just because number 1 Perfect Sky has travelled to Durban and back, and it's obviously a young 2-year-old filly.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's absolute 2-horse race. They're the only 2 winners in the race. If one of the 2 first timers come to win and one of these horses runs second, you're in the bar pot anyway. I just like the form lines of Stagger Wing. There's been loads of winners out of all his form lines, or out of all her form lines, should I say. So for me, it's an absolute 2-horse race. You could actually banker either one of them or put in the 2 horses just to be safe. I think you'll double up there. Let's move on to race 3, which is over 1,160 meters. First leg of the place accumulator. A little bit open. They're betting 3 to 1, number 1, Megan's Diamond. 4 to 1, number 2, Rendezvous in Rio. 5 to 1, number 8, Faladon. 5 to 1, number 11, New York Groove. 17 to 2, number 12, Rhythmic Queen. 10 to 1, number 3, Beautiful One. 12 to 1, and better the rest.
Well, my fancies are exactly similar to the betting. I've gone with number 1, Megan's Diamond. Normally, a Cape Town horse comes to Joburg and cleans up. My only concern is that in 3, 4, 6, in 7, his last 7 runs, there hasn't been one direct winner. So Cape Town, stronger than Johannesburg, but the form doesn't show that it's that strong. So I have included the 2, Rendezvous in Rio, just because it's been running close up here. My other fancies are the 8, Faladon. It ran 3rd. It's only a 2nd start. So it can improve more, but the form doesn't look strong on paper. And I thought number 11, New York Groove, also it's the same form line, the Lady Harlequin form line, and at this stage doesn't look strong. I could be wrong, but doesn't look strong. So for the bar card, I'm only going to in the 1 and the 2, just because it's a small field and they've got the form at this stage.
Yeah, I like the Source Rendezvous in Rio. She's drawn well, in my opinion. I get what you say, that it's a bit quick out there, so the bias is a little bit, excuse me, a little bit easier, should I say. And last week at Turffontein down the straight, and you actually, if I'm thinking about it now, okay, you're actually correct in saying that the draw bias is not as bad because they were winning down the straight from the inside draws. So for me, I like Rendezvous in Rio a hell of a lot. But if you want to include Megan's Diamond from draw 1, coming off a bit of a break, okay, which is a bit of a concern. But I like Rendezvous in Rio. Let's move on to race 4, the first leg of the pick 6. Over 1160 meters. They're betting 3-1 number 1 Highwayman Harry. Very overdue for a win. They're betting 6-1 number 6 Give Me a Chance. 7-1 number 3 Tigers Captain. 7-1 numbers 11 Chancellor, and number 16 Rising Eagle. 10-1 number 15 October Reef, and 12-1 and better the rest.
Okay, so I think my best bet on the card. Unfortunately, there are some first timers, so we don't know how good they are. Obviously, you've got to take note of the betting, but I think number 1, Highwayman Harry, should be hard to beat here. The reason why is he's got the highest merit rating in the field. The others are all below. The second favorite is number 6, Give Me a Chance, with a merit rating of 69. Highwayman Harry's got a merit rating of 76. That's 7 points, 3.5 kilograms, 3.5 lengths. Then you got Michelle claiming 1.5. So Highwayman Harry should actually win this fairly well.
Easily.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
on the first timers. But I'm banking number 1, Highwayman Harry, because if there's no money for other horses, I think that 3-1, it's a good value bet and a winning bet.
I agree with you. I'm banking Highwayman Harry in all my bets. I think he's ready to win. Let's move on to the first leg of the jackpot. Race 5, the first leg of the jackpot over 2,400 meters. They are betting 22-1 number 3 Belerathon, 4-1 number 4 One More Star, and number 7 Samuel Sharp, 5-1 number 6 Corrupt, 6-1 number 1 Hotter Ruby, 7-1 number 5 The Mover, 13-1 and better the rest.
Yeah, small field. Obviously, it's a handicap. Remember last time after Ruby won, I actually made him like one of the bets or the banker on the day.
You did?
Because it was a 2-horse race between Hotter Ruby and Bellerophon. But now I'm going against Hotter Ruby. He's not well handicapped in this race. So I'm going with the 3 Bellerophon. And then I'm going with number 4, One More Star. I think those 2 horses are good enough to get you through. In fact, potentially even a pick 6.
Yeah, I agree with you, Pierre. Belerathon at the weights has Hotter Ruby stone cold. And obviously one more star with 54 on his back has got to be a big runner. Let's move on to race 6, which is the first leg of the second jackpot, over 1,400 meters, very open. They're betting 4-1, 2 runners, Giovanna, number 6, and number 7, Tracksuit Dave. 11-2, number 8, Elusive Red. 6-1, number 1, Trombolines. 7-1, number 4, 1-2, Buckle My Shoe. 15-2, number 2, Winston's Wonder. And number 3, One of Those Days. 8-1, Uber Mensch. 9-1, number 10, Custodian. 22-1, number 5, Give Me the Spotlight.
Yeah, tricky little race. Don't forget, this is the 1,400-meter race. It's right on the bend. You want a good draw. And that's why I'm leaning towards Tracksuit Dave, number 7, and number 8, Elusive Red. Those are my first 2 picks. And then, funny enough, a horse, so the favorite, number 6, Curvano, drawn 10. Worst of the draw, needs luck to win from there. And then value, number 10, Custodian, 9-1. I mean, she is only a 2-year-old filly, but she's drawn 1, 52 kilograms, claim 1.5, 48.5 kilograms on her back. And she won a second start. Then she runs against some proper 2-year-olds of the year, Griselda, Secretary Bird, Get Up and Get Up. So I think at 9-1, this filly needs to be included. Number 10, Custodian.
Yeah, I like Tracksuit Dave too much. It's got a good draw. Gabella Matsuyani is riding the Ultimate King for Tony Piere in the July. I just liked his last run, and I don't know if he was suited to the inside track. I think he needs more of a galloping track. So they're now on the outside track, or the stand side track, should I say. I just liked his last run, and I liked it very much. So for me, it's Tracksuit Dave or anything. Cuvano drawn badly. Form line, the last form line wasn't bad. And obviously, okay, this kid, Blaine Marks Jacobson, he's well clear in the Apprentice Challenge. He's riding out of his skin, carrying 52 kilos, must have a huge chance. So for me, it's Tracksuit Dave. But if I were to include, I would include Elusive Red. Let's move on to race 7. Also over 1,160 meters. They are betting as such. 15-10, number 1, Precocious. 4-1, number 10, Lost for Words. 11-2, number 4, Valentino Rossi. 6-1, number 5, Just the Two of Us. 15-2, number 9, Blizzard Snow. 8-1, number 8, United Offer. 14-1, and Better the Rest.
I see Valentino Rossi's running.
Yeah.
Valentina Balducci.
Did I call it Valentino Rossi or Balducci?
Rossi. All right, but Valentino Balducci looks like a quality horse, but it's coming back in distance. Now it's winter going, so it's even quicker. Will it suit her? I'm not sure. Number 3, a bit of class, run against some really decent horses. That could also be included. But obviously the horse that they all have to beat is number 1, Precocious. It could still be under the handicap. It might still not have caught up to her. I mean, she did get the penalty for finishing second last time. So it shows that she's still on the improve. You know, at what stage does she reach her limit? You know, her merit rating. Do you think she'll go the 1160? Is she not maybe a 1,000-meter specialist? That's I'm not so sure.
I think she'll go the 1160 Piere, and I make her one of the best bets on the card. She really is a special filly. I know what the stable think of her. At 15-10 is a little bit skinny. She's got Blaine Marks Jacobson on it. We've just touched on him. It looks like he's going to win the Apprentice Challenge, or the Apprentice title, should I say. He's claiming the 1.5, so she's carrying 60. I do think she'll stay. I'm not too worried about the draw because she shows pace. Valentino, let's call her now Balducci and not Rossi. She hasn't run for 5 months, and I think that's why they're starting her back over the 1160. I believe she's going to need the run. I don't think there is anything else that can challenge the Source Precocious. She really is a top filly. And you're only going to see the better of her as she gets older. I do think she'll stay, and I'm banking her in all bets.
Okay.
We're nearly there. Let's get on to race 8. Another 1160. There's a lot of horses. There's a lot of races down the straight. They're betting 2-1, number 1, Cold Shine. 4-1, number 2, Dad's Dream. 5-1, number 7, Maverick Queen. And number 8, Set to Music. 10-1, and better the rest.
Yeah, so I'm slightly off with the betting here. I looked at the 1 Cold Shine. I thought it won its last 2 starts, and but the form itself doesn't look that strong. And then I went with the 2 Dad's Dream. 1-2 in a row. Then last time I finished 5th. So I also went a little bit off on its last run. But I think pick one of those 2. But the 2 also I found was number 5, Shivering Light. First start at 1, and then last time it ran 12th, but only 6.4 lengths behind the winner. And that's so it's jumping from a juvenile or a maiden race against hard knockers. I would give Shivering Light another chance, but maybe you can tell us, as dads, well, they're not companions, no. And then the other horse was Set to Music. Also coming from Cape Town, we know there's some there's a form stronger there. But if you look in the last 3 runs, there's some direct winners that came out of that form line. And the fact that Gavin Linus jumped on the horse must tell you something. I know it's been running over 1600, but this horse could race fresh and enjoy the shorter distance. So I'm going to include the 5 and the 8, and then I've got to pick with between a 1 and a 2. Maybe you can help me out there.
Yeah. This horse, Cold Shine, his last 2 runs have been absolutely phenomenal. He's now he's bidding for the hat trick. He's got JC Bourdais, who's taking 2.5 kilos off his back. He's got to be a huge runner. And also Press On Regardless. I apologize. This was Dad's Dream, who ran behind Press On Regardless last time. Also got to be in the race. I make it open. I am including Shivering Light. The horse is very well. I know that my only problem with Shivering Light is that this is the second run after arrest. But she's got the draw 11. Not an easy race. This was Set to Music, as you alluded to. It's coming from Cape Town, Gavin Arena. We all know that Cape Town form is far superior than anywhere in the country. So for me, it's very open. But Cold Shine has turned the corner, and there's no reason why he can't go 3 in a row, in my opinion. Very open race. But out of the Paul Peter run, out of the Tony Peter runners, I would be siding with Shivering Light. Let's move on to the last race. Also, another sprint down the lane, 1160 meters. Very, very open. They're betting 5-1 number 2 Pointer, 6-1 number 6 Malshanimu, 6-1 number 7 Kia Kaha, 13-2 number 4 Crystal Groove, 15-2 number 1 She's All Mine, and number 8 Quiet Winter, 8-1 number 7 Fiery Frolic, 10-1 and better the rest.
I think
Very open.
this is the hardest race on the card. I mean, if a favorite is 5-1, 6-1, you must know. I have gone with the favorite number 2 Pointer. And other horses I found was Malshanamu and number 7 Fiery Frolic. But you can go wide here. I'm putting only the 3 horses in because the other horses, even though they have won and have shown some form on form grids, the form doesn't look that strong. So I'm going to single those 3 horses out. And obviously for the pick 6, if you can, go wide.
Yeah, you know, okay, you've gone very light early on. So for the guys that are following you, for our fans that are following you, I would advise them to put Field in the pick 6 in this race. It's an absolute minefield. A horse like Wise Council, who ran third last time, but the form line is not bad. Beyond Winds of Change, who's has got to be a runner. Malshanimu has got to be a huge runner. Also out of the Winds of Change form line. Open race. Put in as many as you can afford in the race because I believe that this is a minefield.
Yeah.
So Pierre, so that leaves you and I. We as we said before, we are leaving for Durban on Saturday. We hopefully will be at Scottsville on Sunday before our card call. I know that the Durban guys just love seeing you on course, so it's going to be an absolute privilege to walk with you onto the racecourse at Scottsville on Sunday morning or Sunday midday, should I say. And our guys must not forget the card call at 7 o'clock on Sunday evening. We're going live on YouTube, Channel 240 and Gallup.
But it's held at Greyville.
No. So we are, it's been held at Mount Etchcombe Golf Course. Racing is at Scottsville on Sunday. So we'll go racing for a couple of races and then we'll make our way over to the card call for Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. And thereafter, we'll watch Bafana. Bafana will be shouting them home. Don't forget to wear your Bafana shirt. I'm bringing mine along. So there's a lot happening on the weekend, but the guys mustn't forget. Tune in on Sunday evening, log into your accounts. There's going to be a lot of value on the July card where they're going to get huge stretches. And let's hope they make money today and the rest of the week so that they can back their fancies in the Hollywood Bets Durban July.
Happy punting.
Happy punting.